So we'll start with the sample conversation, which I'm not going to read.
This is a segment of one of the course videos from ReConnect, 8 Weeks to Influential Parenting, an online self-paced course for parents.
Not quoted from life, this is obviously a pretty typical kind of conversation. And here we'll highlight the problems that are getting in the way of dad communicating as clearly as he would like to the child. Dad says, get your stuff, get dressed, get your shoes on, and get dressed, and get your stuff again. Now, this is supposed to be clear. Get dressed is pretty clear as long as the kid knows already in advance where it is they're going, because get dressed might be get ready for swimming, and it might be get ready for painting the garage. It could also be get ready for church or the wedding. So get dressed is a little bit vague. Get your stuff is extremely vague. This is why the child looks around. Which stuff do you mean, Dad? Is what's going through the kid's head, because getting things wrong makes dads impatient. But there's also not a lot of clues. Get my stuff for soccer, get my stuff for school, get all my stuff, my bed, my clothes, all my toys. What do you mean, get my stuff? In general, the more specific and clear the directions are, the easier it is for kids to follow them. Now this dashed line, apart from the absolute of all, which is never helpful in a conversation, this is based on a conversation Dad's having in his head. He is thinking, well, the kid's not doing what I want, so he expects me to do it for him, which is an interesting thought, but it isn't actually part of the conversation. That is, the child has absolutely no idea that's what the dad is thinking or reacting to. But instead he says, I'm not doing it all for you, which also brings up that smelly thing that nobody wants to live with, the martyr. You expect me to do everything for you and you won't do anything for yourself. I'm just so put upon. Yeah, it's unpleasant to live with, and it's unpleasant to be. So anything that smells like a martyr, just lean away from it. It's a habit of thought and habit of conversation that isn't helping. Now the last part of this, you're going to be late and you are always so disorganized, when he gets around to dotting under that. There are a few things about the way kids think that most adults don't know about. And one of them is, it's very, very important, instinctively, especially for young children, but it doesn't go away for quite a long time, for their parents to be right. So when Dad says you're going to be late, this kid has two choices. He can be late and Dad can be right, or he can be on time and Dad can be wrong. Now, being late might have some negatives, but Dad being wrong has all the negatives there are. So now Dad's told him to be late, and then told him that he's disorganized. Or told her. I don't know why I decided that kid was a boy. Not only has he told the child that he's going to be disorganized, probably forever, the always and its best friend, never, added to a conversation means that in order for Dad to be right, this child must always be disorganized and may never be organized. So anything that sounds like he's being organized will be making Dad wrong. So in the future, this kid is going to be listening to a voice in his head that says, if you'd like to live, and the instincts are really that simple for kids. If their parents dislike them and do not stay on their side, they just stop feeding them or throw them out into the wolves or whatever. Keeping parents on their side is a massive part of a child's motivation in life. And motivating a child to be disorganized is probably counter to Dad's real goals.
Find out more about ReConnect, 8 Weeks to Influential Parenting at raisingparents.net.